Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that everything you believed about money was a lie. That money isn't paper, it isn't digits, it isn't even work or effort. It's energy, pure, invisible energy, flowing, shifting, responding not to your grind, but to your frequency. You didn't land here by accident. Some deeper part of you brought you here because it's tired. Tired of chasing, tired of surviving, tired of pretending that budgeting harder, grinding longer, or thinking positively will finally break the cycle. Deep down you already know, if effort alone created wealth, every person working 2 jobs would be rich. But they're not, because the game isn't played where you can see it. It's played in the invisible, in the energetic, in the realm most people ignore. And if you don't master it, money will keep slipping through your fingers like water, no matter how hard you try to grab it. This isn't a motivational speech. This isn't another hustle sermon. This is the real map they never gave you. The one that starts where all true wealth begins, inside you. And it all starts with a single brutal truth. Money is a mirror. It mirrors your beliefs, your emotions, your hidden programming. You are never chasing money. You are chasing yourself. And right now, whether you know it or not, you're broadcasting a signal to the universe. That signal either screams, "I am safe to receive," or it quietly hums, "I'm not ready." Which one are you living from? Be honest. Because your financial reality is answering that question every single day. If money feels stuck, chaotic, disappearing the moment it arrives, it's not because you're cursed, lazy, or broken. It's because your internal frequency is tuned to scarcity, fear, distrust. And money, being pure energy, can only meet you at the level you're vibrating at. Not a punishment, not a judgment, just a mirror. And here's where it gets heavier. Most of that frequency was programmed into you before you could even speak. Childhood experiences, school indoctrination, cultural myths, family wounds, all etching one deep unconscious message into your system. There's never enough. Be grateful for scraps. Money is survival. That virus is still running, silent, unchecked, dictating your reality. But here's the power. What was programmed can be reprogrammed. What was wounded can be healed. What was unconscious can become your conscious superpower. This is not just theory. This is not just nice words. This is metaphysical law. Reality bends to your assumptions. Wealth is not earned through effort alone. It's matched to your frequency. And until you heal the core fracture that says, "I'm not safe to be wealthy," no strategy, no grind, no manifesting journal will save you. It will be another hamster wheel, another collapse, another story of almost making it, but not quite. So if you're ready to stop surviving and start flowing, if you're ready to stop performing for money and start aligning with it, if you're ready to reclaim your sovereign right to abundance, then stay with me. Because what I'm about to give you isn't fluff. It's not another trick. It's the blueprint. The only guide you'll ever need to understand why money behaves the way it does around you, and how to flip it instantly by mastering the only thing that ever mattered, your energy. Let's begin. The first thing you need to understand is this. Money is not created by action. It's created by identity. Your subconscious identity, the story you tell yourself about who you are, what you deserve, and how safe you feel having it, dictates 99% of your financial outcomes. Most people never even scratch the surface of this. They work harder, hustle longer, study more, thinking knowledge alone will break the pattern. But knowledge without an identity shift is useless. You can read every wealth book. You can memorize affirmations. You can script until your hand cramps. But if deep inside you still feel like the poor kid, the struggler, the outsider looking in, your reality will find ways to reflect that story no matter what you do. It's not sabotage, it's loyalty. Loyalty to the frequency you've lived in for so long that it feels like home, even if it's hurting you. That's why people who win the lottery often end up broker than before. Their bank account changed. Their identity didn't. Money amplified their existing frequency, and the system collapsed under the weight of a story that never evolved. That's the brutal truth they won't tell you. Money doesn't fix money wounds. it magnifies them. Until you fix the story, every dollar you attract will feel temporary, unsafe, like it's always one mistake away from disappearing. But here's where the game flips. The moment you shift your identity, money starts chasing you. Not because you're manipulating it, not because you're tricking the system, but because you finally match the energetic signature that says, I am safe, I am worthy, I am open, I am sovereign. Money loves openness. Money loves clarity. Money loves trust. It runs from contraction, fear, guilt, shame. It runs from desperate clinging. It runs from people who secretly resent it, mistrust it, or feel unworthy of it. This is the most important law of all. Money mirrors your deepest assumption, not your conscious desire. You can want millions, but if your baseline energy screams, I'm not safe with wealth, you will find ways to sabotage, lose, repel, or reject it without even realizing you're doing it. So if you want to attract wealth, you have to stop focusing on money itself and start focusing on the frequency you're broadcasting right now. And here's the next brutal layer. Your current financial reality is not your fault, but it is your responsibility. You didn't choose the wounds, you didn't ask for the programming, but healing it is still your sacred duty. No one is coming to rescue you, no government, no system, no secret course or magic mentor. This is the inner rescue mission you've been waiting for, the one only you can activate. It starts with dismantling the biggest spell you were ever taught, the lie that money is scarce. Look around. Money is not rare, it's everywhere. Trillions move through hands, accounts, businesses, markets every second of every day. The issue was never money's availability. It was always your perceived availability to receive it. Scarcity is not a financial condition. It's a nervous system condition. It's a learned trauma response. It's the chronic bracing for loss, the constant expectation of collapse, the deep-seated belief that you have to hustle harder, suffer longer, and bleed more just to earn scraps of what flows easily to others. And that belief, that unhealed scarcity wound, is the real thief of wealth, not your intelligence, not your skills, not your grind. If you don't heal the frequency of scarcity inside you, you could inherit millions tomorrow and still find a way to leak it, lose it, or sabotage it. Because abundance can't stick where scarcity still rules the mind. Healing the scarcity wound is not about positive thinking. It's not about hoping. It's about choosing to feel safe with abundance before you see it. It's about broadcasting safety to the field, not survival. You have to choose it first, in your body, in your breath, in your vibration, before life can mirror it back. This is the leap. This is the secret. Most people get it backwards. They wait for life to change so they can feel safe. But the laws of energy demand the opposite. Feel safe first, and life rearranges to match. Feel abundant before the bank account reflects it. Feel peace before the bills are paid. Feel overflow before the external proof. That's not delusion. That's energetic leadership. That's how reality gets rewritten. You don't magnetize abundance by obsessing over it. You magnetize abundance by becoming the version of yourself that abundance naturally belongs to. The man who walks into a room with wealth already encoded in his frequency doesn't chase it. He doesn't beg for it. He doesn't need to convince anyone. It simply recognizes him, just like gravity recognizes mass. It's automatic. It's inevitable. It's law. So the real work isn't about chasing opportunities. It's about collapsing the timeline between who you are now and who you already are in the highest dimension of yourself, the version who lives free, easy, expansive. How do you collapse that timeline? Simple. Stop living from memory. Start living from imagination. Memory keeps you trapped in the old financial trauma loops. Imagination pulls you into new dimensions of experience. Einstein said it himself. Imagination is more important than knowledge, because imagination is a preview of your future creations. Most people are loyal to their past, their trauma, their struggle. They rehearse their wounds like scripts. Money's always been hard for me. I never catch a break. I guess I'm just not lucky with finances. They say these things casually, forgetting that every word they speak is a command to the field. Every complaint is a prayer they accidentally answered. Every self-limiting story is a spell they keep recasting. The subconscious does not differentiate between a joke and a command. Every time you speak lack, you deepen the groove. Every time you speak limitation, you etch it deeper into your frequency. Every word you choose either collapses you back into scarcity or opens the portal to wealth. This is why spiritual mastery isn't just about meditation or fasting or feeling good when things are easy. Spiritual mastery is about holding the frequency when everything in your outer reality still looks the same. It's about seeing yourself as rich, whole, provided for, even when the evidence tries to seduce you back into fear. Because the evidence is always old news. Your current reality is not an accurate mirror of who you are. It's a delayed reflection of who you were, and if you keep reacting to it, you get stuck in the loop. If you want to shift the loop, you have to stop answering to old evidence. You have to start answering to the unseen, to the future, to the blueprint that already exists in the quantum field. In quantum mechanics, there's a concept called the observer effect. The act of observing a particle changes its behavior. That's not metaphor, that's physics. And it applies to your wealth as well. The way you look at your financial life changes your financial life. Look at it through fear, you collapse it into scarcity. Look at it through faith, you collapse it into flow. Look at it through survival, you collapse it into stagnation. Look at it through gratitude, you collapse it into expansion. Your gaze is not passive, it's participatory. Your awareness is not neutral, it's creative. You are shaping reality right now, not tomorrow, not when the paycheck clears, not when someone validates you, but right now, in this breath, with this thought, with this emotional charge you're carrying. So if you really want to become wealthy, you have to start training yourself to see through new eyes. Eyes that don't flinch at bills, eyes that don't brace at unexpected expenses, eyes that don't shrink in front of big numbers or big goals, eyes that stay steady, unshaken because they know, this is already mine, this is already done, this is just the unfolding. Wealth is a waiting room for those who can hold the vibration without wavering, not a waiting room of time, a waiting room of frequency. Every second you hold the frequency, you're tuning yourself closer. Every second you doubt, you're tuning yourself away. It's that binary. It's that clear. No one else is deciding it for you. Not your boss, not your family, not your economy. Only you, through the vibration you practice like a spiritual athlete. Practice wealth consciousness like your life depends on it, because it does. It's not a luxury. It's not extra. It's your soul's natural state. And every second you live out of alignment with it, your nervous system absorbs the cost. The cost looks like chronic stress, quiet resentment, financial chaos, or numb disconnection. And eventually, if unhealed, it turns into emotional bankruptcy, spiritual bankruptcy. Life isn't punishing you. It's begging you to upgrade, to come home to the frequency you were born to hold before the world trained you to forget. Let's go deeper now into the truth most people avoid their entire lives. You don't rise into wealth by accident. You rise into wealth by initiation. And initiation always feels uncomfortable at first because it asks you to become a different frequency before the money shows up. It demands you to act like a wealthy man when you still feel broke, to walk like you are abundant when the bills are stacking, to speak like you are blessed when your mind is screaming fear. It's a radical act of faith, and not faith in some distant hope or wishful thinking, faith in the law, faith in the unseen structures of energy that are more real than the furniture you sit on. Here's the formula no one teaches because most people are too scared to believe it. Your new reality doesn't show up when you finally deserve it. Your new reality shows up when your nervous system can finally hold it without collapsing. That's the missing piece. If you don't feel safe with abundance, you will reject it no matter how much you claim to want it. If you don't feel expanded with money in your life, you will subconsciously repel it, sabotage it, or drain it. Not because you're stupid, not because you're broken, because your body is loyal to its familiar set point. So before wealth can arrive and stay, you have to expand your set point. You have to convince your nervous system that overflow is the new baseline. You do this not through positive thinking. You do it through embodied energetic rituals that rewire your reality from the inside out. First, anchor expansion daily. Every morning when you wake up, before you even touch your phone, anchor yourself into the reality where wealth is normal. Sit up, breathe deep, smile for no reason. Place your hands on your heart and say out loud, "It is safe for me to receive. I allow wealth to find me today. I am already provided for in ways I cannot yet see." Then move into your day with the knowing that unseen forces are already conspiring in your favor. Second, embody generosity before it feels logical. When you're scared, hoarding seems logical. But hoarding energy is like damming a river. The water turns stagnant. Wealth flows where generosity lives, not reckless giving, but intentional, joyful movement of energy. Buy yourself the better coffee. Tip the waiter without counting the pennies. Send a small surprise to someone you love. Every act of joyful giving tells your nervous system, "We have more than enough. We are not in survival anymore." Third, actively look for abundance evidence. Your mind is conditioned to notice lack. Break the spell by forcing it to notice wealth instead. Did you find a coin on the street? That's wealth. Did you get a compliment from a stranger? That's wealth. Did you find a solution faster than expected? That's wealth. Start training your awareness to recognize non-monetary abundance, and you'll magnetize the monetary forms faster than you ever thought possible. Fourth, move your body like you are wealthy. This sounds ridiculous to logical minds, but it's powerful beyond words. Wealthy energy is slow, deliberate, expansive. It doesn't rush, it doesn't brace, it doesn't shrink. So move slower, lift your chin higher. Walk like a man who is deeply grounded, unshaken, sovereign. Your body holds memory. Reprogram it at the level of motion. Fifth, speak the language of overflow. No more saying, "I can't afford that." No more sighing at every bill. No more declaring how broke you feel. Words are spells. Every time you say, "I can't," you reinforce the energetic walls around you. Shift it immediately. Instead of, "I can't afford that," say, "I'm choosing to prioritize other investments right now." Instead of, "Money is so tight," say, "Money is realigning around me even now." Speak like a man who expects miracles, because miracles respond to expectation, not desperation. Sixth, visualize money not as escape, but as enhancement. Most people visualize money with an undertone of desperation. When I have it, then I can finally breathe. That's lack energy hidden inside the dream. You have to shift the frame. Visualize money as a joyful expansion of the freedom you already have, not a rescue mission from the prison you think you're trapped in. Imagine yourself taking luxurious deep breaths without needing anything to change. Imagine wealth enhancing your already powerful peace, not rescuing you from chaos. Seventh, bless money every time it leaves. Every payment you make, every dollar you spend, bless it with gratitude. Whisper or think, "This money returns to me multiplied." Every bill you pay is proof of your capacity to flow. Every transaction is an opportunity to expand, not contract. Celebrate the outflow as much as you desire the inflow, and you collapse the cycle of fear that strangles most people's finances. Wealth isn't created by force. It's allowed through resonance, through expansion, through energetic congruence, through invisible rituals that reprogram the unseen before they ever touch the scene. This is how you become wealth, not someday when conditions change, but right now, in this second, in this breath. Here's the truth they never tell you. You can't attract lasting wealth from the energy of fixing yourself. You can't manifest abundance from the vibration of shame. You can't build an empire while secretly believing you're still broken inside. Healing isn't a prerequisite to receiving. It's the natural consequence of allowing more life to flow through you. Your job isn't to fix yourself first, then be worthy of wealth. Your job is to allow wealth to begin healing you right now by moving with the frequency of expansion, even before you feel ready. This is how quantum leaps happen. They don't come after you're healed, perfect, enlightened. They come when you decide to stop waiting. They come when you collapse the gap between someday and right now. So if you're waiting to feel 100% confident before you raise your prices, stop waiting. If you're waiting to feel safe before you leave the job that's killing your soul, stop waiting. If you're waiting to have a certain amount saved before you invest in yourself, stop waiting. Safety is a mirage when it's tied to external conditions. Real safety is internal. It's your nervous system trusting that you can handle whatever arises. Wealth isn't built by those who never feel fear. It's built by those who feel it and move anyway. You cannot wait for your circumstances to give you permission. Circumstances are delayed reflections of old beliefs. If you move according to them, you're always moving from your past. If you move according to your new identity, you are pulling the future into now. Right now, you are standing at the doorway between two timelines. One is the old path, familiar, safe, contracted. One is the new path, unknown, expansive, electrified with possibility. Most people choose the old. They rationalize it. They call it being realistic. They shrink back into the small self because at least it's familiar. But you wouldn't still be listening if you were meant for the small life. You wouldn't be here if your soul hadn't already decided it's time. So here's your final initiation. Can you walk forward even while your knees shake? Can you claim your wealth even when your mind doubts? Can you act from your higher self even when your circumstances still look the same? If you can, you will compress years of struggle into months of expansion. You will trigger shifts so massive the old, you won't even recognize your life. And no, it won't always feel comfortable. Yes, it will sometimes feel like you are losing everything you thought you needed. That's because you are. You are shedding the survival identity that kept you small. You are burning the scripts you inherited from scared ancestors. You are stepping into sovereignty. Sovereignty doesn't mean you dominate the world. Sovereignty means the world no longer dominates you. You choose your energy. You command your frequency. You shape reality by shaping your state first, no longer waiting for permission from a broken system. Money, when approached from this level of awareness, becomes not just currency, but confirmation. Confirmation that you are living aligned with life itself. Confirmation that you are no longer begging for scraps, but receiving from your infinite source. So as we end this journey today, I want you to remember this. Wealth isn't a destination. It's not a number. It's not a prize you win after enough suffering. Wealth is an energy field you live inside or outside of, based entirely on your internal choices. Every thought you choose, every breath you take, every boundary you hold, every yes or no you utter, you are either signaling expansion or contraction. The universe is always listening. Life is always responding. Money is simply one of its many messengers. Will you dare to signal expansion today? Will you dare to live like the man who already knows he's provided for? Will you dare to act like the wealth is inevitable because it is? You're not waiting for wealth. Wealth has been waiting for you to finally match its signal. And now you are. You feel it, don't you? That subtle hum under your skin. That deep exhale your body just took. That feeling of, I knew it all along. That's the real currency. That's the real abundance. That's the real you. Welcome home, wealthy one. Your new reality starts now.